Hey guys, what's up? So this may look a little different than my last two vlogs. But basically what I've realized is when I went to go edit the video for the last vlog, it turns out that the microphone on the GoPro wasn't that great. Mainly because there was quite a bit of wind at the time. So I decided why not re-record my speaking part of the vlog, the actual talking part of the vlog, here at home. Um, so yeah, that's what I've decided to do. So, onto the topic for today: why I run. And I guess that's the important bit when you're doing really any kind of exercise or athletic training or even pretty much most anything in life is boiling down why you want to do something. So as far as my personal motivation as far as to why I run, it pretty much boils down to the enjoyment after and during the run. And the kind of the benefits that I get while I'm out on my run that normally aren't as apparent or as obvious to me as I wake up or as I'm getting ready for a run. Especially also even during that beginning part of the run, that first half mile to a mile is always the toughest. It always kind of feels clunky. Sure, it is good to warm up and stretch, but for some reason, even when doing those things, that first mile to half mile is always pretty tough. But telling myself to push through that because I know after the run and towards the later part of the runs, I get either the runner's high or the kind of meditative effects of kind of just, going through the motions and running and breathing and focusing on solely myself is the experience that I look for when I go for a run. So it's not necessarily about being the best, being the fastest. My goal has kind of shifted into more of that: what is the benefit of running every day and kind of training for those longer distances so that when I do get around to feeling comfortable going on those bigger races or even group runs, for example, that I'm ready for it when that time comes. But again, there's other aspects that I look into that are more immediate positives, such as, kind of being a stress reliever, getting that runner's high and feeling good afterwards, enjoying the outdoors best I can. Things that without running would be a lot more difficult for me to do. As someone who spends a lot of their time in front of a computer, either for work or for my own personal kind of interests like gaming, it having that kind of flip side of the coin where I'm able to go outside and kind of just always reminding myself whenever I'm like, you know what, maybe I shouldn't go for a run today. Maybe I should just, kind of stay in, play some games, watch some shows. I've never gone on a run and regretted that I went on that run, but there have been times where I've kind of given into that internal pressure of I'll just kind of stay in, and regret might be a strong word, but I do kind of feel like I missed out. I could have done blah today in my plan, or just gone outside and seeing the sun and the outdoors and the trees here in the Bay Area is something that I really don't want to miss out on. So when asked ultimately why do I run, what motivates me to run, for me it's that living that healthy lifestyle and feeling good about it. That's what I'm going for. I'm not necessarily going for, the awards or, the kind of status, or look at all the PRs that I was able to hit in the past year. Yes, that's great. That's awesome. And I still look at that kind of stuff. But if I don't achieve those goals, it's not the main, it was all for nothing kind of a thing. What I'm ultimately looking for is that healthy impact on my life. So, looking at how do I feel both physically and emotionally, those are the kind of things that I look for, which allows me not to get easily discouraged when I either A, get injured, or B, kind of fall into that pressure of, I missed today because I decided to stay in. Well, I'm not derailed from my plan, but rather it's just, okay, that was a slight moment of weakness, and I can make up for it by actually going on my run next time, rather than, oh no, I skipped, and then it's always hard to get back. That's the hardest thing about looking for that motivation to run, is when the plan or kind of motivation starts to break down. What's important is that your motivation is strong enough to survive against those setbacks and kind of the roadblocks that you may come across, because as with life, you are going to run into them, and you want to make sure you're able to push through them rather than say, this isn't really for me. Let's turn around and go back. So yeah, that's kind of a long answer, long-ish, rambly-ish answer as to why I run and where I find the motivation to run. It's going to be different for everyone, but I thought hopefully that this might help you understand at least my perspective, and maybe helps you to nurture your own motivations for your own exercise, athletic, or specifically running goals in mind. So with that, I want to say thank you to everyone who is watching the vlog. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you next week for the next vlog.
Damn, son.